Hi, I'm Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy. Also today I'm at the Martinez Amtrak station in Martinez, California.
The Martinez Amtrak station is located on 601 Marina Vista Road in Martinez, California. This depot was built in 2001. Also, the station is served by 4 different Amtrak routes that make a stop at this station, which are the California Zephyr, the Coast Starlight, the Capital Limited, and the San Joaquins. East of Ferry Street is the original Southern Pacific Depot, built in 1877. On the north side of the tracks, just near Ferry Street, has a steam locomotive from the Southern Pacific and a boxcar and caboose that were once used by the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad as well. This line was originally used by the Central Pacific Railroad till it became the Southern Pacific in 1959. In 1966, the Southern Pacific then merged with the Union Pacific, and Union Pacific freight traffic mostly even passes through here as well.
What you see right behind me is the Southern Pacific Martinez Depot.
The Southern Pacific Martinez Depot was built in 1877. The first passenger train passed through here on September 25, 1877, with Leland Stanford on board, and ran from Oakland to Martinez. Leland Stanford, who was the former governor of California and was the president of the Central Pacific Railroad and one of the founders of the railroad. The line is even part of the original Transcontinental Railroad that was built in 1863 to 1869. The Central Pacific later merged to the Southern Pacific Railroad. The station was also a freight depot. There was also an engine house and turntable next to it. In August of 1878, the line was completed to Tracy, where it met the first Transcontinental Railroad. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad opened a line through the south part of Martinez in 1899 with a station at John Strenzel's Fruit Ranch. The station, later named Muir, was never heavily used for passenger service and was closed around the 1940s. In 1930, Southern Pacific opened the Benicia-Martinez Railroad drawbridge east of Martinez, replacing the train ferry and adding Martinez to the Oakland-Sacramento main line. Passenger service on the San Ramon branch ended in 1931. The second story on The east end of the station was removed in 1942. Martinez was also a stop for these trains: the Cascade, the City of San Francisco, the San Joaquin Daylight. Starting in 1971, the depot was used for Amtrak service in the city till 2001, when the other Amtrak station just across the street was finished being built just west of this one as well.
Okay, you can see above me, this is a railroad signal that was used years ago, and this is an old-fashioned style signal. And I think this signal was used around the Southern Pacific Railroad around this area years ago. It'll end up at this location as it is today. What you see right behind me, Southern Pacific 1258.
Southern Pacific 1258 was built by the Southern Pacific Railroad Shops in Los Angeles, California, 1921, and is an 060 six-wheeler type steam locomotive and is an S12 class steam locomotive. For many years, this locomotive was used by the Southern Pacific Railroad. It was one of 6 S12 class steam locomotives numbered from 1257 to 1262 by the Southern Pacific Los Angeles shops. This locomotive was once used as a switch engine in the yards of the Southern Pacific Railroad and spent most of her life working in the Northern California area. Then later on, the locomotive was retired and sat in a dead line in Oakland, California, and awaited to be cut up for scrap. Luckily, the locomotive saw light at the end of the tunnel and escaped the torch. In 1960, it was donated to the city of Martinez, California, and was a museum piece. It was moved to Rankin Park, where she sat until being moved adjacent to the Southern Pacific, which is now the Union Pacific Main Line, at the Martinez Amtrak station in the mid-1980s. Today, it sits just on the other side of the tracks, just nearby the Martinez Amtrak station where it is today. Also, Southern Pacific 1258 is one of 17 surviving 060 from Southern Pacific left in the world today, and 1258 can be seen adjacent to the Martinez Amtrak station in Martinez, California, where it is today.
What you see right behind me is Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 40992.
Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 40992 was built around the 1900s and is a 40-foot outbraced boxcar. This boxcar was used on the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad, and it was used on freight trains many years ago, and would be used on mixed freight trains or a freight train of boxcars many years ago, and would also be used to carry cargo such as boxes, crates, merchandise, rolls of paper, and etc. Then later it was retired and it was then put on display adjacent to the Martinez Amtrak station, but on the other side of the tracks.
What you see right behind me is Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 999 390.
Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 999 390 was built by the American Car and Foundry in St. Charles, Missouri in 1928 and is a CE2 Class all-steel caboose. It was originally numbered 1671 and was used on the end of freight trains for many years on the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad and was used as the train crew's office. Then in 1969 the car was rebuilt and renumbered 999 390 and then continued service on the railroad. Then later on it was retired and was put on display right here in this spot in Martinez, California. In 2000, the interior was burnt, but most of the car body survived. Today, it can be seen right here on display in this spot, adjacent to the Martinez Amtrak station in Martinez, California, where it is today.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed learning about trains with me today in Matthew Lap Train Guy. Also, I hope to see y'all again real soon. And if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, the subscribe button is just down below the video screen. And if you didn't give the Facebook page a like yet, here's where you'll want to go. And if you didn't give the Instagram page a follow yet, here's where you'll want to go as well. Also, be sure to get your merch at teesprings.com. The link is in the description box below, along with the Facebook and Instagram pages. And as always, remember to subscribe to the Train Guy. So this is Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy, signing out until next time. All aboard!